close to my heart because that's where it came from. This is an original piece.
Yay.
So that means you guys are about to see a show that's never been done before, that no one has ever seen before. That's really exciting. And the style of this piece is also very original too. It blends certain elements of performance and theater into one single scene. There's spoken word, there's Greek elements, and there's a whole lot of symbolism. This piece actually takes place in a reality that is different from our reality, and instead, this reality has characters that represent concepts and things. It's super interesting and super fun, and our rehearsal process was super fun because we got to experiment a lot with the anti-realism in this piece. And because of this piece's unique style and that it's the fact that it's an original piece, the avenues of theaters that this piece represents is the avenue of originality. The imagination involved with creating this piece is also a testament to what this piece is about. This piece is about the power of creativity, something that I, as a writer and as an artist, believe in very strongly. And this piece is also about a certain structured system, the faults in this system that promote conformity and sameness at the cost of this creativity. And it's told through a very fun, engaging, interesting story. And I hope you leave the show feeling uplifted and inspired, and with a new determination to engage with your own creativity. So, without further ado, this is Never Truly Lost.
Yes. Well then, Maxie, welcome to your ceremony of transition. Let us begin with a formal introduction. We are the chorus of success. We keep the wheels of society turning as we foster the next generation of laborers. I am standardized testing, and my position on the chorus is either A, the secretary, B, I am not on the chorus, or C, I am the president of the chorus.
C?
Correct. I am the current president of the chorus, and I have had this job for 186 years.
I am Rubric, the vice president of the chorus. And by the way, Nancy, your tie, on a scale of collected and proper to outrageous and improper, is leaning towards collected and proper. But please, curl your sleeves.
Yes. Our chorus would not be complete without our third mastermind, the keeper of time itself, and our loyal guardian, Deadline.
Oh. Greetings.
Oh! Hi! You must be Deadline.
I didn't mean to start it.
Well, you certainly crept up on me.
It's really in there. For good, right?
Correct. For good. You know, Maxie, it took you quite a long time to lay it to rest there. Something about you just wouldn't click into place. But that's okay, Maxie. We understand that everyone goes at their own pace. The transition from the discovery era to the occupation era can be challenging. You may feel empty at first. But soon hereafter, you will be so full of things to do, you will forget what empty ever felt like. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You must remember, Maxie, your nerves are all irrelevant when addressing us. We exist to help you. And we are either A, indubitably disgusted by you, B, horrified by you, or C, proud of you. Which one?
C.
Correct. Very good.
And Maxie, just so you are aware, I will be keeping track of how well you deliver the script. You will either use a clear, crisp voice and enunciate every word, or you will talk in an average speaking voice, make some words clear and others unclear, or you will speak too quietly for any of us to understand anything. You will refuse to make eye contact, and you will fail. Good luck.
You have 7 minutes. If you go over, we will cut you off.
Now, Maxie, you will either A, run out of the back door. B, take to the podium and stand silently for 7 minutes. Or C, take to the podium and deliver the script of transition.
C.
Correct. Very good.
Standardized testing? Can I ask you a question?
You may.
So why is the answer always C?
You do not have the authority to ask that kind of question, Maxie. You may take to the podium and begin whenever you are ready.
Actually, Maxie, you will begin at 9:15 a.m. sharp.
I, Maxie Sherman, on this day am honored to be standing before the course of success to give an acknowledgement for the passing of my creativity. From the time I was born until this very moment, my creativity has been with me. It has guided me through playtimes and storytellings and artworks. It helped me fill time when I had time to fill. But now, as I get older and gain more roles in my society, it is time to let it go. It is time to move on from my discovery era and assume my responsibilities. And so, my creativity has been put to rest eternally in the ceremonial locker, which cannot be reopened, sitting before this very podium. I may be silent to see my...
Do you need help, Maxie?
Wait,
How about I make a multiple choice for you? The last line of the script is either A, I understand that not all alligators are crocodiles. B, I understand that this transition will turn the world into a seething dumpster fire. Or C, I understand that this transition will benefit the future of the world. The last line
I
of the
know
script
the
is
last line. I've said this script many times actually, for small children who are too young to read half of these words. Most people lose their creativity before they can even spell it.
Well, if you know the last line, then go on, recite it.
I don't think I'm ready yet.
Maxie, we don't have all day. Maxie, on a scale of well-rehearsed to not rehearsed, you are sliding down the well-rehearsed benchmark.
Maxie, follow our directions.
Maxie, drop on curling your sleeve. Maxie, you only have 4 more minutes. Maxie, stop refusing to make eye contact.
Did you know that your entire worthiness as a human being is determined by how smoothly you make this transition?
Maxie, recite the last line.
But I understand that I still have my trauma jaguar breathing fire to grow into sand. I entered this piece into a local art show when I was 4. The piece lacked any aspect of technique. It wasn't picked, but no one had ever dreamt of that type of creature before.
Maxie, that's still the incorrect last line. Try again.
But I understand that in one of your math classes, I had to solve 14 minus 7. I subtracted it from the 10 first, strange, I knew I was headed. Then I added the answer to the 4 in 14 and got 7. You shook your head, smiled, and said C. Wrong method.
That is still not the last line, Maxie. Please stick to the script.
Then there were the wall ball games in the 3rd grade. Bouncing a ball against a wall became pretty mundane, so we added some cool moves to spice up the game. You, a teacher, shut it down and told us we had to play the right way. I lost my interest in wall ball that day. And one 4th grade day, I was tinkering around, experimenting freely with any "this is how" with a toothpick tape and a toy crab claw. I created a gadget that could pick any block with a simple trick. I did it all with my own thinking. It was magic. That trick, I never wanted to forget it, but at school, when I tried to teach other people, no one could get it. They got frustrated, said it was stupid and a waste of time. I began to regret it. So that trick slipped my mind, like diamonds buried in a sandpit. This reminds me of a study I read about. Ironically, in one of your classes, NASA tested 5-year-old children and tested them for their creative imagination.
98% of them qualified as geniuses.
Yes, you remember, 98% 5-year-olds. As children, we are natural geniuses. And in our natural discovery era, we are geniuses.
And in your occupation era, you will be a genius even more.
Or so you make it seem. NASA tested the same children when they were 10. The remaining percent of geniuses down to 33.
NASA watched these smiling wild children lose their smiles, lose their energy. They clutched as one by one their lights were snuffed out. The remaining percent of geniuses by the time of adulthood is a grim 2. And guess who they credited it to?
They credited it to who?
They credited it to you.
But that's preposterous! What an untimely comment!
I don't remember that part.
I think you are remembering incorrectly, Maxie. We create geniuses.
And we work very hard to do so.
Do you know the amount of time it takes to
Meticulously craft our schedules and curriculums?
On a scale of proper to incredibly rude, your claim that we ruin people's inner geniuses is incredibly rude. Go back to the script. Are you attempting to invalidate NASA?
Not at all! We love NASA very much. In fact, almost every one of NASA's employees is one of our finest scholars. If there is anyone we are trying to invalidate here, it is you and your memory.
Me and my memory. Actually, it's memory and I. Well, you've just gone and proven my point standardized testing. I'm not even surprised. I can tell you have confusion. So let me ease it with a story. Let me tell you what you seek to invalidate. Let me tell you about me and my memory.
If we allow you to tell us a story, do you promise that you will get back to the script?
Yes.
Then, on behalf of the chorus of success, I grant you 3 minutes.
Well, I never did well in school. I was resistant to the workload, and I was persistent on taking my own road, making my own code, and creating my own episode. I never scored past a C in English. I had to repeat calculus twice. At home, I did do my homeworks. I was too busy polishing my own perks. But I couldn't distance myself from inventing and discovering. So no, I didn't finish your assignment. I was too busy engaging in authentic wondering. Then, my senior year of high school came around. I didn't have the credits I needed to graduate. I was forced to abandon my creativity. And the workload became too great, and I watched from afar my creativity suffocate. I watched it go alone, crazy. I watched it wound itself with your crushing weight. And conforming, it felt good, it felt so good! I got compliments, and my grades raised, and with it, my serotonin. But my mind was always full of your content. I would come home each day too tired to think. My spirit was gnawingly empty and not content. And then, spring break came around. And I tried one more time to help my creativity. But she had breathed her last breath. The clock had run out. My creativity died a slow, agonizing death of neglect. We had a good run. 18 years of imagination is a long time for some. It is no coincidence that I did bad in school for so long and lost my creativity late. See, this is how you take generations of lively thinkers and turn them into mindless workers. You slump us into tests when we want to run and play. There are thousands of adventures paths to take, yet you funnel us through one single way. You rush us to learn by one certain time, ignoring our different brains and experiences, as unique as fingerprints. You tell us to think outside the box, but you seal us in a permanent box sealed with metal glue. A box that echoes the same old things. A box without room for anything new. You tell us to be ourselves, but we let you sculpt us into your vision. The same vision you've had for generations. A vision without flexibility for anything new. You murdered our creativity. You murdered us. We the funeral. The funeral of my creativity.
All right, Maxie, your time is up. You must return to the script.
But have you heard me?
Sure we have. Now finish the script.
I don't want to finish the script.
Maxie, you have to finish the script.
Why, Maxie? We allowed you time to hesitate and grab your words. We granted you this time in the hopes that you would not be so stubborn and finish the script.
We never allow transitioners extra time. You are behaving extremely obstinate right now. I cannot believe you.
Finish the script!
I don't want to finish the script. Can't you see how much I've lost? How much we've all lost?
Finish the script. You're not in your right mind.
Do you know how many hearts bleed for the fallen dream that couldn't fit inside
Finish
the
the
frame?
script. You're running out of time.
How many whole lives I can't recall past because you put out there?
Finish the script. Don't undo your alignment.
How many missed shadow thoughts succumb to the drain?
Finish the script. Don't fail your assignment.
I know we need order to keep us safe and education to save us from deciding in vain. But do you know how many ideas have been lost to the idea that we must all be the same? I want to go somewhere untouched, unruled by any aspect of society, schedules, grades, all of it. Somewhere where I can wander and tinker and think with my own hands and heart and soul, and not have it beaten and drilled into me. Maybe then, maybe there, I can get back the lost fragments of my creativity.
We've locked the doors, Maxie. There's nowhere you can go.
On a scale of reasonable to impossible, your expectations are impossible. How can you ever lead yourself to believe that some of your creativity is still out there when you clearly saw her be laid to rest in the ceremonial locker which cannot be reopened?
If the brain can be wired to fit in an unnatural box, then surely with time, flexibility, a versatile structure, with freedom and encouragement, the box around our brains can be unwired back again. So I'm going out and I won't be bossed. Don't look for me in your melancholy halls and monotone walls. I am going to get back my creativity. The creativity that was never truly lost. Yes! Too many colors. Shoes.
Oh!
It's back! Hey, put those back in the locker!
Your creativity's time ended a long time ago. You can't have her anymore.
Why? Why can't I have something that makes me feel so alive?
Oh, on a scale of collected and proper to obnoxious and rambunctious, you are obnoxious and rambunctious. You are going to break something. Hey, crisscross applesauce. I ought to give you something to do so you can settle down. You are going to break something. What is that jacket you are wearing?
I made it myself.
It's so distracting. My eyes are practically melting. Those shoes have wheels.
Yeah, but they can have anything you like. They can have sparkles, and they can have doors, and they can have colors, and they can have dinosaurs!
Outrageous. Take those off.
Okay. Or your coworkers? Or me?
Are you attempting to diminish my sharpness?
What ridiculous thing! He isn't going to use that. Don't you ever get tired of having to flip through all of these pages just to find the one you want? Oh, that is classified information. Return my clipboard immediately. Well, what if you could see 3 at once? Why don't you try this one? But this is the one I've always had.
This is nonsense. We are the highest nobles of society. This is no way to be treating us.
Oh, and standardized testing? You might think that making the answer to your question C is clever, but students catch on after a while. You might want to throw in an A or a B every once in a while.
Nonsense! You have insulted us, belittled us,
And worst of all, try to change us.
and we have had enough of your absurdity. We must fix her! We must stuff her creativity back in the locker! Oh, young lady!
Round, around,
Stop us immediately! Give that back! Give that back!
Oh, goodness! This is ridiculous!
First! Nice try, Maxie. You might think your efforts have defeated us, but it takes a bit more than... What is this? This is nonsense!
My creativity, you know?
Absolutely not! No! Come here, young lady! Oh, ow. You see, this is why we need to rid people of their creativity. You lead yourself that you can defeat us with a couple of miscellaneous ribbons and collars. You lead yourself to believe you can defeat me. Standardized testing, the most prestigious, honorable,
Uh-oh. Funny bone.
Oh.
You okay?
Eyeliner A, taking a nap. Pain, or C, acting completely normal.
Hey, the answer to that was B. That's how you know he's really not okay. Well, I should get going. I'm great. This is great. I'm so glad to have you back. And I cannot wait to see what we do next.